Morning, people. This week I'm not riding, so there's not going to be any videos with any group riding. I'm going to be doing that next week at Key Largo with the Florida ski riders. We're going to do Alligator Reef and Christ of the Abyss. So I'm going to concentrate this week on showing you guys how to do my oil change on my SVHO FX, which is also the same as the VXR 1.8 liter naturally aspirated motor. It's the same thing, same oil change. I don't know why people pay so much to do oil changes on these things when you can easily do it yourself, and I'm going to show you. I'm also going to show you Versa plugs. They're self-draining drain plugs. They're very good. I've had them for many years. My friend Chris invented them like 20 years ago. We used to jump waves in LBI, and that was the main problem, is getting water in your hull. So these drain plugs, as you're riding, the water comes out through the back and it drains out through this drain plug. So you never have to worry about forgetting your drain plugs. As I've seen so many times, people launch and their skis start sinking because they forgot to screw in their drain plugs. That happened to us like 2 weeks ago, or 1 week ago, at our Spring River ride. So anyway, I'm gonna show you how to change my oil, and I'm gonna show you those Versa plugs. First, let me go around here and I'm gonna show you what I use. So you need a pump. This pump right here, it's an industrial pump. It's very expensive, but you could get any manual pump from Amazon to drain the oil in your ski. The reason why I have this, this is actually my brother's, because I go next door and I steal his stuff. I always been stealing his toys since we were kids. But we got a lot of JeTsKis here that we change the oil on. So that's my VXR right there. It's covered up, Maria's VXR. And I also have the Versa plugs. Check it out. See right there? That's the Versa plug. And that's the check valve in there where water comes out. So we have a lot of skis here. There's mine. There's my brother's JeTsKis. He also has Versa plugs. That's his GP, and that's his VXHO right there. The gray ones, those are really old Versa plugs. And this is my 95 Wave Blaster. My brother, Blaster Joe, he's in the process of restoring it because I'm gonna get rid of this ski soon. I never use it anymore. It's a 95 Wave Blaster. And there's my Versa plugs. These are super old. I've been using them forever. Guys, so something else that I wanted to show you is there's my motor. I always mark my oil filter. I put the hours on it so that I don't have to turn on the ski and, you know, constantly check how many hours ago I did my oil change. So I mean, it just kind of helps. This way you don't have to turn it on and stuff. So as you can see, I got my motor all full of fluid fill, because next week I have Key Largo saltwater riding, and I'm really picky about my motor and having it looking really nice and protected. But first thing you want to do is you want to hook up the water hose, because the oil in there, you want to get it warm up so it's easy to get extracted with the oil pump. So what you want to do first is you want to turn on your ski. Alright, gonna turn on the water. this is everything that I got for the oil change. I got a cap, so it's easy to take off the oil filter, ratchet. There's my Versa plug that I want to show you later on in the video. I want to talk to you guys about. I got this, and then I got the oil 1040 Yamaha lube. I use 1040 regular Yamaha lube oil, nothing special. I change it every 40 hours. You're supposed to change it every 50, but as you guys know, I'm tuned, and sometimes I run a little hard, so I like to change it before the 50 hours. So rev it up a little. You don't need to leave it on there forever. It's just to warm up the oil, that's all. Alright guys, so now that she's warmed up, alright, turn off the water. Turn off the water. Go to your ski. As you can see, no more water's coming out the pisser. And turn it off. Put this back here. And what I like to do also is I lower the front of the ski, because I find that you get a little more oil when you go to extract the oil. You get a little more from tipping the ski downward on your trailer. So I have it all the way down. Another little tip that I want to give you guys is the oil filter. Right, you don't need to buy a Yamaha one. They're like 20 bucks or so. As you can see, I got a Fram in there, which is it's not exactly the best filter out there, but it's a filter, and I change the oil so often that it really doesn't matter. But you can buy an automotive filter, whatever is on sale. And if you don't know which one to buy, all you do is you go to your auto parts store and you ask for an oil filter for a 2008 Toyota FJ Cruiser. All right, they will give you the same oil filter that you need for your 1.8 liter SVHO or naturally aspirated ski. All right, it's just the same one. So I have a whole bunch of oil filters that I bought on sale for that fit my truck and fit my skis. All right, that's a little trick that's pretty useful. When it's on sale at Walmart, just buy the Walmart brand. It's been rated just as good as a filter. So and they're really cheap, so you can save money. All right, on to the next step. I hooked up my oil pump to my battery. The reason, I don't know if you can see well, the reason why I have my battery posts exposed like that is because I'm always spraying them down for corrosion. I don't like to keep the rubber boots on there. That's something I'm always checking and I'm always on top of, because I did get stranded one time out there from a corroded post, battery post. So I got my pump hooked up. Go to the dipstick here. I already checked my oil. I didn't burn any oil. It's always good to check your oil and make sure that you're not burning oil. I already checked it, so I'm gonna take it out. Put it here on the side. Then I'm gonna take my hose and stick it in through there all the way down. So if you have a manual one, it's the same thing. And turn it on. Now it's gonna extract. See how quick it extracts the oil? Because it's already warmed up from me warming up the ski with the hose attached, the water hose. So now, as you can see, the pump is turned on and it's not extracting any more oil. I lifted the trailer back up again in the front and I brought it back down to get anything in there that was probably sitting anywhere, to bring it down so it could pump it out, and that's it. So shut off the extractor, pull this out. So try not to get oil all over the place. All right, so I'm just gonna lay this down here for the time being. Right in there. This pump, it extracts all the oil in here, but I put it in there so I can measure it exactly how much I took out. The oil filter I already loosened up. All right, it's loosened up. As you take it off, make sure, well, first off, you don't want to drop your ratchet in there. But mine's is pretty tight. I couldn't take it off, so I'm just gonna unscrew it to pull it off. There you go. I got a rag down there for any excess oil so it doesn't leak inside of your hull. Now with this, you want to make sure that this seal here, that seal doesn't stay stuck on your motor, because that's gonna cause you major headaches if you leave that on. So throw the oil in there. I'll leave this here for the time being, and now that I got the oil filter off and I made sure that the seal is on the filter, I'm gonna clean up a little bit here, and I'm gonna show you what I do with the new oil filter so that that seal doesn't stay stuck on the motor the next time you do the oil change. I'll be right back, guys. So this time around I'm gonna use a K&N oil filter because I like this over here. Makes it easier to take out the oil filter and tighten it. So this is what you do to the oil filter, the new one that you put in, so that the seal doesn't stay stuck on the motor. You take some of the old motor oil and you wipe it around the edge like that, just like that. This way, from the heat and the time, it doesn't stay stuck on your motor. All right, that's very important. So I'm gonna take this by hand and I'm gonna screw it back on there. When it's tight like that, I'm gonna give it half a turn with my wrench, and then I'm gonna write the hours that my ski has now with a marker right here, as I usually do. Just hand tightening it is fine. It's a little more tighter because I like to tighten everything. Sometimes I get a little too crazy with tightening things and I strip things, but lately I've been good. Take the oil dipstick. For now, you're just gonna put it back in there. This way it's out of the way, doesn't fall on the floor, get dirty, and you end up putting it back in there contaminated. Then you, oh, this is all oily. Clean that up a little bit. All right, this is where you fill up the oil. All right, so let me get back to you on that, because again, I tightened that so hard the last time that now it's hard to take off by hand. Guys, so I took out all the oil from the pump container and I put it here where I can measure it. And I made a mistake before. It's not 3 to 4 quarts. So you see the line right there? I actually got exactly 5 quarts out. There's the line right there, 5 quarts. 5 quarts came out. All right, so I got a lot out. Now the next thing that you do is, oh, let me go back here. So I untighten this. All right, take it off. I already tightened the oil filter a 1/4 turn after hand tightening. All right, I'm gonna pull this out a little bit, the oil dipstick. All right, take this, put it right there. There you go. I already opened this up because all I got is one hand to work with. So this is exactly 4 quarts, all right, of Yamaha lube 1040. I'm gonna pour it in there. Now I'm gonna pour the whole container in there, all 4 quarts. And then I'm just gonna check the dipstick and check the level. I have the trailer level too. I don't have the nose facing downward anymore. All right. So there goes your entire container there. All right. So now I'm gonna put this to the side and I'm just gonna do a quick check on the level. Take it out, clean it up. Bear with me, I'm only using one hand because I'm holding my GoPro on the other. So there's your 2 holes. So you can see here better. There's your 2 holes. That second one up is the full line. Ooh, my aim is bad. There you go. All right, it's in. Take it out. And let's see. And she is on the money. On the money, on that second dot there. It's on that second dot. So the thing now is that you want to run your ski. All right, so it can fill everything up and it can fill up the oil filter. And then you're gonna check it over again, all right? So I'm gonna turn on the water line and run it for a bit, and then I'm gonna check the level again once everything comes down again. All right, be back in a bit. So I just turned on the ski and I checked the oil level and it's slightly below the dot. All right, so I may need to add a little more oil. I put the old oil in the container where my new oil was in, and there's your confirmation. 4 quarts is right here, and then I took out 5 quarts, so it's above. All right, so while I wait to check this again, I'm gonna show you my Versa plugs from Chris. that I've been using for over 20 years. This is it off the ski. All right, now for those that complain or they say, oh, they're dangerous or whatever, or they leave their ski in the water overnight, he sells this cap also. All right, this cap seals the drain plug just like your OEM plug. All right, I never use this. I don't need it. I never have had an issue where this leaks water inside. It lets the water out, but it doesn't let any in because of that check valve. So the way this cap works is, I'm going to show you right now. Go around the ski. I got one side taken off. This is the other side. There's the drain plug right there. So the way this works is you put it in there and you turn it, and then this is totally sealed like OEM. All right, so you don't have any issues if you leave this overnight in the water. You go camping in an island somewhere and you're scared, or you think that a tie is gonna come loose and, you know, mess up the check valve, check ball in there, whatever. Like I said, I never had a problem with these throughout all the years I've had them, and I had them on all my skis. But let me put mine back on and get back to this oil change, finishing it up. So this concludes my oil change procedure. A good time to also check on other things is your hubs, very important. I have bearing buddies, which is really good for your trailers. I recommend you guys get that. Another thing, reset your oil change monitor on your screen. In my case, I can't do it because my touchscreen doesn't work, and I've been waiting on my warranty one to arrive from Yamaha since December of 2021 on back order. So what I do is I write it down in my cell phone, all my maintenance in my notes section. I write the date, how many quarts I took out, and the hours. So the Versa plugs also, I'm gonna put a link in the description section of the video in case you guys want them. I recommend them. These are really good. So grab yourself a pair for your Yamaha Wave Runner. Alright guys, follow me in YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I do drone footage, I do ride routes, and I provide ramp addresses. So follow me on YouTube and in Facebook, Chancleta News Network. I'm under Rob Chancleta. Follow me guys, alright? I'll see you guys next week at Alligator Reef for the Florida Ski Rider event. Later.